Uh-huh. What are you gonna do?
So,
Listen to me!
Hey, come on!
I see.
You got it! Well...
Stop talking.
Are you okay with this? Honestly.
So then.
No,
What?
I can't take it.
Huh?
It's because...
But...
So,
So it would seem.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Oh, and one other thing. It was totally obvious before that you were trying to make yourselves feel better and justify what you did. See you, don't see you, see you? That's about how much I can see you, even when you try to hide. Now pay attention and remember this well. The burden of judging others is a heavy one to bear, so be well aware of your actions. Order and stability rely on the sacrifice and responsibility of everyone. Okay then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite.
Don't fuck with me!
Okay, lift your arms up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2!
Now reach way up and bend way. Tighten those muscles. Let's... Hey,
What the heck?
You guys? Very nice.
Could it be... I won.
Piece of shit!
Hey,
You hear me? Got it!
what the heck? You're serious. Let me out of here!
I see. Damnation! You know nothing! Here we go!
Stop talking.
You know nothing! Huh? What the heck? I'm telling you!
Indeed. Is that right? it would seem...
So, in other words,
However... Now, if... How... Now, if... So...
Just a second. Okay. Do you understand? But... Yeah. Yeah!
Of course! Uh-huh.
that okay? So,
Of course! Disgusting.
just the worst.
See ya later!
You got it! As for me... I'm so...
Listen to me!
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Well. I see! Quiet down and listen! You hear me? Ha 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 ha!
Are you okay with this?
Yo. What? What? Hey, come on. What? Stop fucking around. You piece of...
So then,
Yeah.
As such, soon the doors to the Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
You see what I mean, right, Mr. Monokuma?
Good morning, everyone. It is not yet ready to greet another beautiful day. Oh, that's right. I wanted to let you know that your e-handbooks have been up. New regulations have been added, so...
Hey, Makoto!
Yo, yo, yo!
Let's see...
Hey, come on.
Well, let's see... This is fine.
Oh.
wait to think about... Oh!
What?
Yes, indeed. You little bitch!
Say what?
Shit. Huh?
I think maybe... Listen to me!
What's your problem?
Well then.
Yeah!
What's your problem? What the heck?
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm fishing. What does it look like I'm doing? I'm trying to read, so if you could be quiet.
Oh, sorry. Wait, no! What are you doing here? Everyone's super worried. We've all been looking for you.
Who asked you to do that?
Because we're all supposed to meet up in the morning and eat together.
A promise? Can't I get a second's peace and quiet around here?
Well... Well...
Naturally.
Damn you!
Are you okay with this?
I see.
Actually... Is that okay?
So, in other words... What? Naturally.
Just a second!
Not possible.
You son of a bitch! What? Piece of shit!
Don't make me repeat myself.
Isn't it wonderful?
That's enough.
Oh!
No,
What?
it's because... It's horrific! But...
What? Come on.
I'm...
Stop fucking around! Piece of shit!
What?
You son of a bitch!
Just a second!
Piece of shit!
Not possible.
Shit.
Goodbye.
But... Don't fuck with me!
maybe... Anyway... I'm telling you! What the heck?
Okay. Okay. That's right. What's your deal? Yeah! You got it all wrong! Okay... Yeah! Huh? You got it!
As such, it's soon the doors to the dining hall. Okay, then.
I was in the bathroom, just looking at myself in the mirror.
Good morning, everyone! It is now 7 a.m., and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine! Get ready to greet another beautiful day!
You're serious? You hear me? Shit. Count on it! What? It can't be. You! Damn you!
Oh. Oh.
What? What? Hey, come on! Hey, come on! Huh? What?
Huh?
Yeah, that's right. that's true. Yo.
Thank you. But...
Just a second.
You know?
I see. Thank you. Hello there. Yay! Thank you. You know? Huh? What should I do? You're wrong. You know? Huh? You know? But... Huh? You know? But... Huh? Thank you. Huh? Thank you.
Oh. I wonder about that. I hope you are well.
Listen to me!
Hey, damn it! Hey, damn it! Hey, damn it! Hey, damn it! What?
You're corrupt! You!
Huh?
You hear me?
Damn you!
Count on it!
You wanna fight?
You hear me?
What? Hey,
I see! Got it!
piece of shit! Stop fucking...
You!
You wanna throw down? You son of a bitch!
Ridiculous!
You wanna fight? Stop fucking around!
Hey, Mondo,
What, asshole?
you can take off your uniform, you know? Go ahead. I won't judge.
And you can shut the fuck up and mind your own business. I mean, look at you. Your face is all red. What are you, one of those goddamn hot spring monkeys?
It just so happens I was born with a red face.
You don't have to act all big, man.
Act, you say? I'm still plenty good to go. I'm so good, I could eat a steaming hot bowl of soup right now. Don't you think it's about time you gave up?
What about you? You can't even hardly talk. Dumbass.
Say whatever you want. I'm still totally good to go. In fact, I'm starting to feel kinda cold.
That's probably not good.
Shut up!
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight.
In a true competition, there's no such thing as a tie. You win, or you lose. That's the only thing that matters.
Listen to you son of a bitch, then bring it on. I'll push you right up to the gates of hell.
Ha 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 ha!
Because I don't know! That's why I desperately cling to life!
Good morning, everyone! Get ready to
Yo! What?
You hear me?
Ain't that right?
Without a doubt.
Piece of shit!
Got it! I see.
What's your problem? Well... He's here. Okay, Makoto, go talk to him.
What?
Stop being so loud.
You go talk to him if you want to so bad.
I can't. I don't want to interrupt him.
Naturally. Don't make me repeat myself.
Maybe.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Ahem. Nighttime is all students. Emergency!
Indeed. Right. Goodbye.
Well,
What the heck? What is this?
Well,
Huh?
certainly.
Could it be?
It's not like some occult mystery.
Huh?
Could it be? For serious?
And?
Say what? If you please. Yep. Today, I'm feeling black. Hey,
You hear me? Got it!
Ba-bum. And those embarrassing memories and secrets are all contained in the envelopes I have right here. I'm going to hand them out now, so take a second to take a peek. Extreme! What?
Count on it!
This is kind. Okay.
So,
Listen to me! You hear me? Without a doubt. Quiet down and listen!
as for me,
Oh? Come on, come on.
honestly,
Here we go. Hey! Say what?
I'm sorry. But...
so,
That's true.
the school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay, then.
Of course.
Sure myself. Maybe you should try reading between the lines. Good morning! Yep. Say what?
Hey. Perhaps.
Huh? What the heck?
Naturally.
Just the worst.
Wait.
That's fine.
investigation, I have unlocked the doors.
It's all clear now. I see.
Danganronpa.
Very strange. Interesting.
What the heck?
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
What? Naturally.
Damn.
What the?
So... What is this?
What?
No way!
Well,
Oh, just a second.
What the heck?
Well...
I see!
So,
Don't make me repeat myself.
of course!
Yahoo!
Stop talking.
It's the Monokuma file! See ya later!
No way! Why?
Oh! Help me!
Hey!
Such ignorance. Naturally. What? Such ignorance.
Damn you! Piece of shit!
calm down. Because... That's right.
What? Hey! Hey! Huh? Actually...
So then...
Hey, punishment is waiting for you.
Interesting.
You son of a bitch!
So, there is nothing to be done. Is that okay?
Naturally. What? Stop talking. Let's go. That's right.
However...
Very strange. What? What? Let's go. What?
Did you call for me?
That's right.
You need something? Yep. Unbelievable. Of course.
So, in other words, such ignorance.
Yep. Why you? Unbelievable.
That's fine. What? Very strange. I see.
Damn it! Now! That's impossible!
That's fine. Don't make me repeat myself. What? Don't make me repeat myself. It's all clear now. I don't have time to play with you.
I mean... Please! Well...
Very strange. Don't make me repeat myself.
Yeah!
Let's go. That's fine.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
Won't let Genocide Jack have control.
That's fine.
What do you want?
It's Byakuya. What? Stop talking. Let's go. Don't make me repeat my... Let's go. So, in other words, that's enough. What? That's right. Interesting. Such ignorance. What? So, in other words... That's right. That's right. So, in other words... Interesting. Such ignorance. That's fine. So, in other words... Let's go. I don't have time to play with you. Goodbye.
Da-da-da-da-da!
I feel as if...
That's it! I'm sure of it!
Well, it would seem... Damn. No forgiveness!
Indeed. However... Well... So then... Goodbye.
I'm sorry. However... Of course. I'm sorry.
Most unfortunate. Actually, indeed. What are— Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah! Huh? Well... Yeah, totally. Ah!
It's the moment you remember where. Please go through the
Yo.
Come on! What are you gonna do?
Let's go.
Hey, come on.
Count on it!
Well then.
Shall we go? It's true.
Very nice. Well, thrills! with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Chihiro's it appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? I bet it was an iron pipe. Interesting. That certainly would.
Poor Chihiro.
Chihiro's it appears it was...
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt? I bet it was an iron pipe. No, it's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer. The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, I don't know who that is!
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as...
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, I don't know who that is!
The culprit is Genocide Jack. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so, I don't know who that is!
The culprit is Genocide Jack. Case closed, as far
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong! I might know one reason he could be.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this—
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle.
Now I understand! Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that, so they thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is—
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual.
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up,
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room,
the reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
what?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time, and that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Person, you...
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened?
Not Toko! That's a loser name! And what happened is a textbook split personality! So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the...
Miss Jack, Jill,
What's up?
some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act... Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there's
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that
Interesting. Then, but sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth!
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah! I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need?
Give it up. You killed her. You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it's wrong! Are the methods of murder really... I think there's a slight difference between the genocide...
Huh? How's it any...
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine!
Let me rephrase that. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one. I got it! For one, the cause... In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right? Ah, yes! That is Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack, specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement! Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac! There's actually one more difference!
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack! There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a...
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases,
They were all... guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, but now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged man!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you would...
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for and if by some... Why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That.
Plus, whatever reason I would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world!
Okay, whatever.
Are you sure about that?
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah! That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat...
Here's my answer! Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to Class Plus. You'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying...
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
He rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it! The adorable glasses man was behind it all!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
The way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the...
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker...
That's a natural reaction for any guy! The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker. There was no time for point. What's so strange about...
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So So, you said Byakuya was acting kinda weird before we found the body.
Shoot!
So, you said Byakuya, he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's unnatural!
The victim was Chihiro.
So, of course, I
I would suggest we check. There was no time. What's so strange?
You wish you'd taken me with you. So, you said Byakuya, he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out,
That's unnatural!
The victim
was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Shoot!
So, you said Byakuya was acting... he was acting weird.
if you're presented with the opportunity to check out,
That's unnatural reaction for
The victim was so of course
I would suggest we check
the girl. There was no
time for
pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out,
That's unnatural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro. So of course I would suggest we check that there was no time for what's so strange.
you wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girl,
That's unnatural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room.
there was no time.
What's so strange?
You wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird. But he was acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out,
That's unnatural.
The victim was Chihiro. So of course I would suggest we check.
there was no time. What's so strange?
You wish you'd taken me with you. So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird, but he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out,
That's unnatural reaction.
The victim
was Chihiro.
who was a girl.
No, it's wrong.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have... So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't...
I see. Interesting. Very...
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you?
There is.
There is more to it. We just talked about the differences between this case and the proof you're looking for is hidden.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body. But Chihiro was suspended because some kind of rope.
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something there.
Hey, Byakuya.
I've never seen that rope before in my
My life.
No, it's wrong.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't
That's really what you think? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up. I intentionally made it look like... Is that about right? What's wrong?
Hell yes, that's what happened.
I don't disagree with you.
kept calling this a game, right?
Sorry, but could we... I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Sure. Do we really need to?
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' loft. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro, but are you sure about that? Isn't it—
What kind of question is that? If she was found dead in the girls' lock, how could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed along with the rest of—
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was—
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder—
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boy— a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boy's locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible. In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boy, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to— but Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way! And I can tell you what it was!
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it!
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate token! I'm sure there would have been—
No, I don't—
She used the thing— Huh?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course!
No, that's wrong! No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was—
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's...
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys'...
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya!
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the... You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' lock.
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make... Well, alright then! I declare an official class trial recess!
Huh?
Now then, what is it you want to show?
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time. Be sure to examine the entire body.
Examine her carefully? Like...
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over it.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just...
No, it's okay. I think... So just leave this to me.
Suck? What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl act? That's not it at all.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Be sure to check her entire body.
Her entire body? I know you say what?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible. This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Ah, I see. So, she...
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was...
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat! Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy!
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Yes, that certainly does make things... Now let's ride this wave of excitement. I do apologize for... We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yeah.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still...
There.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think—
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first—
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that... And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons. It's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe!
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it.
You're seriously gonna keep going?
No, I'm with Makoto. Because if we're wrong,
That's true.
Damn straight.
Do you not have a mind?
Of course I do.
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a...
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the...
Excellent. Then shall we...
I got it!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it? Shoot! Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to...
Clues are what? Did nobody get a look at the... I'm sure someone saw the killer.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new
It's over.
So, you want to know who saw the killer?
It's not like they're just gonna
turn themselves. Game over, man.
Yay! No! Not game over!
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to...
Clues are... Did nobody get a... I'm sure someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some...
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new...
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
and only the...
No, it's wrong! I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find—
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd. Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very enough, so that he was willing to risk his secret being—
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right?
But knowing what we know...
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't—
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to—
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste.
The bag was— all the bags in there are the same, so—
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took. First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific—
What do you mean, the specific—
I got it! It matched the one the culprit—
So, what, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit? My tracksuit is square.
Shoot! First of all, when he was on his way, so next week, why did he choose—
What do you mean, the—
I got it! It matched the one—
So, the killer was wearing the— My tracksuit is black.
I don't even— Cause exercising sucks!
I have a white tracksuit first.
I got it from the way—
Did any of that really help us get it?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right?
First of all, we know he was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to— Why did he choose the—
What do you mean, the specific—
I got it! It matched the one the culprit—
So, what, the killer was wearing
The same blue tracksuit as him?
No, it's wrong! Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago. She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you— You just— Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's—
Cherry?
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the
No, that can't be it either. When Celeste noticed it, if you just ran into him briefly...
It would appear you've... Perhaps. Could you focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious?
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to drop. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However... Mondo was my target all along, but why? What? That's a good question. But maybe you didn't notice. You only call guys dude. No.
Mondo, did you really?
I didn't kill any. You've been all over me, judging everything I. What gives you the right to treat me?
Yeah, you would never do something like.
It's true. My
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems...
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, no.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist. It happens to be an E-hand. Shoot!
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was
for a fact.
For a factin', I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's...
I imagine the culprit broke it to get...
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant.
And yet, this one does it for all your confidence.
You the cow, precisely.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it? I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you...
Just tell us already!
Oh well, I have been allowed me to make a special... When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and I flippin'...
You knew it?
Yeah, because the temperature in the sauna can reach over... It's because if the hot air of the sauna were somehow... That layer of air would get... So when you're in a sauna... That is a...
Anyway... Then the killer must have been purposely
Meaning the culprit somehow...
But how'd they find out?
Indeed.
What if they found out...
What do you mean by
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna? They'd realize it was broken, of course. And once they had Chihiro's
I won't say it's not. I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know. Whoa! I think the one who made. Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on! You've got it all wrong! I don't accept this! Show me the proof! The act...
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he said you broke your own.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Makoto was wrong! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test Makoto. If what he says is correct,
you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's, then that proves...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just...
No, it's wrong! Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly...
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no, as such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake.
Son of a bitch! What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear. Killer is you! First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. Then, removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victims, he wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the elect. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook, and the reason they knew that is because the sauna, and that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Araki?
Wait! No, evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! You're corrupt! I refuse to vote! I refute you! False! You're corrupt! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! Show me some evidence!
This should prove it! If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken, in which case, we can just check each once we do that.
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed.
Bro! What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wait!
No waiting! No time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What? Unbelievable.
Sorry.
What is this?
Now then. Actually, Uh-huh.
Correct. Indeed. Certainly. I...